wanted to speak to you today about the five hindrances. The Buddha, with his compassion, pointed out the nature of our mind and the way that our minds and our thoughts pull us off track. So hindrance is kind of an old-fashioned word, but it means that which slows us down, pulls us off track, stops us from going where we really want to go, or stops us from seeing our true nature. And the five hindrances will come up as a list, quite early on in the practice, as if you're studying. And often people sort of say, oh yeah, five hindrances, got that, now I'm on to the next thing. But I would like to encourage you to really stay with, to keep these in mind, because they're very important. As long as we're not aware of them, then we are very much under their sway. So I'd just like to list these five first. So the first one being sensual desire, something that we all know, where the mind is pulled out, drawn out, attracted to something outside of ourselves, and the wish to draw that in or become one with that, whatever it might be, that cream cake that is alluring us from the bakery. So it's, sensual desire is that feeling of that the mind just wants to go out and take in that wonderful thing and become part of it and have the gratification. And it always gives the promise of this will give you satisfaction. So that's the nature of sensual desire. It promises satisfaction, and it does deliver for a little while. And then that passes, and then we look for the next thing. And if our particular passion is cream cakes, then we might look for the next cream cake. And then we take another one, even better than the first one, and we eat that. And then after a while we start to feel sick. We start to get ill. Our teeth start to rot, because we can't only take sensual pleasures. We can't live off following sensual desire. There's always the other side. So I'm sure everybody has noticed this. So sensual desire, the Buddha points out as a hindrance to enlightenment, or following sensual desire as a hindrance to enlightenment. And ill will, which I'm sure everybody knows too, ill will, it can manifest in many ways. So it can be hatred, deep, intense hatred. It can be anger. It can be resentment. Fear is an aspect of ill will. It's like not wanting, pushing away. So ill will, it's a natural quality. Both desire and anger and fear are all natural qualities. Actually, they're like biological qualities that the body is hardwired with in order to survive. But much of the time, we're operating from those qualities in a way that it's got nothing to do with our survival. It's to do with our desires and our neuroses often. So I'm speaking from that perspective of when our lives are getting lost, getting pulled off track through these obscurations of mind. So ill will. We might be in a situation where we see somebody, and as soon as we see them, we have that feeling of like aversion. So they become the sign of aversion in our mind, and that immediately is there, regardless of what they're doing. Even if they're maybe in that moment very kind, open, we just see, there's that person, and there's the aversion. So we need to turn our attention back to our own mind and to recognize the triggers and the qualities of these hindrances. And so the first two, sensual desire and ill will, they're kind of like a pair in a way. One is trying to bring towards us the pleasant, and the other is pushing away the unpleasant. And then restlessness, agitation, anxiety. So they all kind of go together. This is where the mind is kind of on the surface. Things are all on the surface. We're feeling agitated, restless. We can't settle. We can't really be in the present moment. We can't really be with what is going on because there's too much restlessness and agitation in the mind. And it can be exciting. So we do, You know, in America, the exciting is a really cool thing. You know, oh, I'm so excited about this, I'm so excited about that. And excitement can be nice just for a little while, but really it is that kind of agitated state where we're anticipating something. There's no peace there. So, you know, if we're always following, always acting from that restlessness, then we never find any peace. We never have a chance to rest. And the sort of the pair to that is generally translated as sloth and torpor. So this is like sleepy, dull mind, body feeling heavy, listless. And this is when the energy is too low, it's sinking. And it can feel quite harmless. You know, we might be sitting in meditation, feeling a bit drowsy, and then have a little nod. You know, we can do that. And we think, oh, it's harmless enough. But you know, what's happening is that the mind is just not with what's going on. And we can be kind of semi-present and not really present, and kidding ourselves that we are really present when we're not. And so we're missing the magic of this moment in that place of dullness. And likewise with the body, you know, if we don't take care of our bodies, then they get heavy, they get dull. There's the chi energy, the life energy doesn't flow. And so life becomes this kind of heavy experience of plodding along, you know, getting through things. And you know, one on the extreme end, you know, it can be depression, or even just a certain sort of disinterest in life. So these are again two pairs: restlessness, agitation, one extreme, dullness, heaviness, the other extreme. And the Buddha is always pointing us to the middle way between the two extremes as the place of freedom. And then the fifth hindrance is the hindrance of doubt. So doubt is a tricky one. You know, doubt takes us round and round in circles. And it has the promise of, you know, if you just stay with doubt long enough, if you just keep going on this doubt, if you just keep looking at it, keep going round with it, eventually you'll come to the right answer. So that's what it promises, but actually all it does is go round and round and round and round like a dog chasing its tail. So to know doubt as doubt. You know, some people have very strong afflictions of doubt. They live in perpetual state of doubt, but still live, you know, because then we make little decisions. Even if we can't make the big life decision, we make a little decision. Okay, I'm going to do this now. And we can't know what the outcome is going to be in our lives. Sometimes we think that there's some kind of outcome, and if only we make the right decision, we will come to that right place. But you know, life is happening now. And what we do now, how we think, speak and act now in this moment, influences how the next moment unfolds, both for ourselves and others. So it's not that there's some fixed future, or one path or another path, and we've got to take the right one. But it's that life is unfolding depending on how we meet it in the moment. And doubt, you know, we can go round and round in doubt forever, or we can just say, okay, this is doubt. Doubt is a hindrance to enlightenment. It's here, it's present, I don't know what to do. So let's just have a look at the possibilities and make a choice, maybe make an educated guess, or choose something that feels like there's a bit of energy in it, and do that and see what happens. And if it was the wrong thing, and it's like, okay, that was the wrong thing. And you know, then you can revisit and make a different choice, go in a different direction.